Today, my hometown of Ocean City, New Jersey, fresh off a flooding nor'easter, participated in the nationwide No Kings rally. I decided to ask some of these people if the Republican talking points about the nature of their activities were accurate. When the Republicans say that you hate America and that you're being paid to be here, how would you respond?
I actually was a Republican for 45 years, voted for Donald Trump once in error, and now I would tell them, go F themselves. This is democracy. This is our freaking country.
I do not hate America. I want to save America.
And how much are you being paid to be here? All right. Thank you. Do you guys love America?
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
And how much is George Soros paying you?
$0.
Thank you.
Zero.
Why are you here?
Because I'm scared to death of what's happening to this country. And I want it to be better for my family.
Do you think we're going to win this fight against MAGA and Trump?
I think so. You have to think positively. You know, you just got to be there and fight the fight every day.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Wow. Oh, this is so inspiring.
I personally really wish kids more my age worried about this more, because it's going to affect our future so much more than people realize. And we are the generation that can make a change. And it's so important that we get out here and make this change early on, or else it's never going to happen.
Do you love America?
I love America, and that's why I'm here. I'm here because I know that this country was built on good values, but we aren't upholding that anymore. And that's what we need to do. We need to fight to bring back democracy, bring back what made this country great in the first place.
Are you optimistic that this is going to work?
I'm very optimistic because I know I've seen amazing people like Greta Thunberg across the world. She's making amazing change, and there's people out here just like her that are going to make the same amount of change. Look at all these people out here today. It's amazing. I think we're really going to have an impact. I actually wrote something that I really wanted to read.
Okay.
Protesting on this day is more to me than trying to get a fascist out of office. It's a cry for help. A cry for help for the 140,000 Palestinians dead due to Trump's administration funding, the 1,200 people missing from Alligator Alcatraz, and the 80,000 children dead due to gun violence. When these numbers rose, they didn't lower flags half-staff. They cheered. They celebrated and poured our healthcare money into more global murder. I cried because while they claimed to be Christian, they would shun Jesus for his compassion.
I thought that was a pretty fair point. So when I noticed a tall man of the cloth, I thought, here's a guy I need to talk to. Can you explain to us, people who understand that the message of Jesus is love and treat other people well, how Christianity has been warped by the MAGA Republicans?
What I have concluded, and I have an extensive background in psychology and history, our federal government right now has been hijacked by a fascist regime. And those of you who know history and know anything about fascism know that the values and morals of fascism are completely antithetical to Christianity. They have nothing to do with Christianity. My father, my uncles, and hundreds of thousands of others served in World War II to prevent fascism from coming here to America.
I do love America. My grandfather and my father were immigrants. My father, a nuclear submarine Navy chief for 31 years, and he was so proud to be an American. He would be devastated to see what's happening to our democracy today, and that's why I'm here. And plus, I'm a person of color, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid being out here today. I actually carry my birth certificate, my marriage certificate, and my social security number with me because I'm afraid in case I get picked up.
Tragically and unfortunately, we have fascism right now in the White House. And there is nothing Christian about that when we see various groups of people being denigrated and maligned and abused, when we see a lack of compassion and love for the poor, for the outcasts, for the immigrants, the refugees. These are all Christian values, and we don't see that coming out of our federal government at this time. Instead, we see very important government agencies being slashed and destroyed, agencies that serve the needy, the oppressed, children who need all kinds of social services. All of these things are being decimated. That's not what this country's about. Those of us who are here, we're all Americans. We love this country, and we want this regime to be removed from power, and we need to do that at the ballot box next year during the midterms.
One of the biggest problems that I have seen is epistemological, in that the two factions in America will not agree on what's real. Do you guys really believe these people hate America?
I believe that they are told a little bit of untruths and they don't understand what's really going on.
And I've talked to MAGA people and asked them about things that Trump has said that are easily looked up and checked, and they just won't believe it if it contradicts what Trump says. How do we get around that epistemological problem with the MAGA voters?
Yeah, that's a very serious and a very challenging problem, because the dynamic that we see here is one of a cult. This is how cults operate and function. There's an absolute leader, and then the followers who believe everything that the leader tells them, even to their own detriment. I think that this has to be done on a one-on-one basis, sitting and talking with people. A few years ago, I was in New Orleans, and I had a long conversation with a MAGA person from Alabama, and we talked along the Mississippi River for 3 hours. And by the end of the conversation, the man said to me, "You have said a lot of things today that I've never heard before. They are brand new things to me." So I think we need to have very civil, calm conversations with people and introduce them to facts. It's very important that we do that. It's a long process, but we have to get started.
And are you at all optimistic that this period in American history will be transcended and we'll get back to our real values?
I'm optimistic that we will get past this, but I do think it's going to take some time, because there are people in our society who've dug in their heels. They're convinced that this ideology, this foreign ideology, is serving their personal interests. And it saddens me to say this, but I think one of the only ways people will turn around is if they are affected directly and personally by the policies of this depraved and corrupt regime. That's the only way.
So apparently what the Republicans are saying is not true. You actually don't hate America, and you're not being
love the
paid.
United States, and I'm not being paid, and I wouldn't take money to do this anyway.
I once was in an emergency room, scared out of my mind. When the doctor came in, I asked her, "Am I going to die?" She said, "It's not that easy to die." My doctor was a young woman who had come to America from Nigeria. Her words filled me with hope then, as they do now. American democracy will be very hard to kill.